Come back out there, hoochie mama. I'm gonna hoochie mama.
Coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Washington Commanders and the Detroit Lions. Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway from Ford Field. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flushed out right. And incomplete to open things up. This Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
They'll try and throw for it here. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He's got a man, complete. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. They run out of the gun with Swift. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two. The Lions come in looking for win number 15 on the year. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Chigakakwo with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Lions are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Pass incomplete.
So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak, and what's working in their favor, the winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
13 yards there on a Washington first.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
On 1st down, right back to Gibson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll set up a throw.
He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson.
And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 42. A good pickup there at 22.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league. It's told me repeatedly, it's a big man's game. It's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. He'll look to throw. Dance into his left.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
A long way to go here third down for the 8th play of the drive. They'll set up to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's airing it out for Williams. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Detroit.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game? Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
Gets around him. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. On the return is Williams. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Caught on the right side by Jones.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on third down.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Good yardage yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They go back to the ground, this time Swift. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. To the outside, that's complete to Williams. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. On the counter, here's Jones.
Jamin Davis there to bring him down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown.
Jameson Williams
With his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game.
And the Lions have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 21-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
The scoreboard tells the story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And to be honest, this first half hasn't been anything they'd be really proud about. So they needed something like this to change their fortunes. Now they need to make sure they finish this one off, not just with points, but with a touchdown.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
A good solid game there on first down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
Second down and a run by Robinson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down.
Remember, as they try to run the ball down here, Charles, this is the number 2 rush defense in the league.
So do you accept the challenge up front? Do you get your offensive line together, get your tight end in the ball game and say, I don't care that they're number 2. Let's go ahead and show them that we can run the ball anyway? Or do you do the best thing and throw the darn thing and try and get in the end zone?
Maybe that's wiser. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on third down. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Sly able to put this one through. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. They find some open field here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch. And in for the Lions, touchdown. Michael. From 21 yards away. And the Lions are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled it to 15. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. They go play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this will be a return from deep in the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, we saw that they had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Here's Williams to return. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. Oh, he's got a little daylight.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. And even 100 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They will run straight ahead with Swift.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
Well, I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little tap pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Back to throw here. They'll roll him out right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Gay's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. He's going to let it go again. And it's intercepted.
Picked by Jeff Okudah.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one is going goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a first down on the keeper. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter has come. On second down, it's Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 119 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Swift going to try up the middle. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 10 more there and another first down. Up the middle, Jones. Down to the 41.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's got some space here. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And after all those wins that they've reeled off, it seems that they finally have met their match in a big fourth quarter hole. But still, what a run it's been. It feels like they have not lost in forever. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short. Could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
And look at this, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out, and the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. From the gun, here's Swift. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of the tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The offense on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Here's a handoff to Swift. And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. They're going to run a little pop pass here. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Got an open man, finds Gibson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Back to throw now on 1st down. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. It's a loss of 8 there on the 1st down play. So now they operate back from their side of the field here, 2nd and long. They're going to look to throw. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
A dime look defensively for the Lions on third. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. And they take a knee. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.